Dear listeners, welcome back. This new series breaks down the most common mental health diagnoses with compassion, education, and real conversations that matter. My co-writer and I will be using real examples of what depression looks like, what antisocial personality looks like, and more. Remember that this is for educational purposes only. Gladys, what are we discussing today?
So Lola, in our upcoming video that's going to be coming out on Wednesday, we're going to be talking about what a person should say to someone who is struggling. So if they notice that a loved one is struggling, we are going to be discussing some things that they can say to them. And one of the things I talk about in that video is how just being genuine and being a compassionate, non-judgmental listener, sometimes that's all that a person needs. If you don't know what to say, then just sitting with the person is something that is so important. I think in our world today, where everything is like go go go, get it get it get it, do this, we tend to want to rush past things. And so that gentle listening and just sitting with the person, and not trying to rush the process is something that is so important when you have a loved one that is struggling. I also talk about how when I used to work on the crisis hotline, there would be people who would call with their relative, and so they would call and they would say, I'm here with so and so, and I've noticed that they're struggling and they've told me some things that I'm concerned about. And then as a crisis counselor, I would talk with both people at the same time and we would come to a good resolution, whether that is the person does need to go to the emergency room or giving them resources so that they can access therapy sessions, and whether it's intensive outpatient therapy or just the regular individual therapy that we think of traditionally. But it is so important to sit with someone and let them know that you're there. That non-judgmental stance is one of the most important things. Validating the person's experience is also something that's important. So week after next, what we're going to be talking about is what happens from the person walking into the therapy room during a therapy session and afterwards, and how families can give support to someone who is going to therapy and what that actually looks like. Because sometimes that process can seem very like behind the veil, and confidentiality is important in therapy. So since confidentiality is important, we'll be using a character from a movie and breaking it down. Like and subscribe.